going to get started, everyone. My name is Joel Broughton, and I want to just point out something kind of neat right off the start, and it shows kind of a certain leadership that I think everybody needs to have. Coming on the training calls and showing that you're here learning and showing that you're here participating, telling people you're here shows a lot for your organization, shows a lot for your downline, shows a lot for your members, because if they always know you're here, that means that it's kind of, leading by example. You're kind of saying, well, maybe I should be there too. If my leader is always there and always excited and always motivated to be on the calls and to be on the training, maybe it's, maybe they're doing something right. Maybe they're doing something that I should be doing, which is attending the training, being excited, being motivated, being happy to be here, and being ready to learn. Looking through the leaderboard today, and I kind of see a ton of people in there. There's a lot of people that have achieved different levels, and lots of people from all over the world, and it's kind of neat to think about this. Everybody on that leaderboard, those are all personally sponsored members, okay? So that doesn't include anybody below their first level. That doesn't include their downlines and who's under them and what's on the third or fourth or fifth generation in this business. That's just personally sponsored. So if you look at somebody who's maybe got, even 50 or 100 or 250 personally sponsored members, think of the size of the organization that's below them, that's below that, that's on the second or third generation. Sometimes people lose sight of the power of, network marketing and multiplication, but if you have somebody that has 250 personally sponsored members, there's a good chance that they've got a huge organization below them, right? And that's one of the things that we're trying to point out. That's one of the things, the way that we design it, is so that you understand that you do need personal sponsorship all the time. But more importantly, you need personal sponsorship going on in your primary business all the time. You can never stop. You need to put lots and lots and lots of customers and business builders into your primary business to have the multiplication factor, I guess, happening, right? If you just go out and get a couple here and there, what's going to happen is you got to basically hit the lottery for you to be able to make, some serious money in network marketing, right? You basically, you got to just get lucky. And how many people ever win the lottery in the world? Well, there's the one, right? Or there's the two, or there's the 10 out of the 6 billion people. There's not a lot. I mean, obviously there's, lots of different lotteries, but, what are the chances of you actually hitting the lottery? Do you know anybody in your family that's won? Do you know anybody, a friend maybe, that's won that huge lottery? And I'll tell you what, I don't. I know some people that have won $50 or $100 or whatever. So, to be able to ensure that you kind of win this network marketing lottery, the best way to do it is to have more tickets, right, to have a better chance of winning. And getting more tickets in this network marketing lottery is simply just sponsoring more people personally. You got a better chance, right? And obviously, we have some control over whether or not you have success here. A lottery is just dumb luck, right? Whereas in network marketing, in our business, it's going to be controlled based on a couple things. One, obviously, you can always control the number of people that come into your business. But also, you can also control helping those people and training them and giving them the tools and the support they need to go out and become successful too. So we're doubling and tripling and quadrupling our odds every time we sponsor a new person and train them. Because what's going to happen is they're going to sponsor a new person and train them. And they're going to sponsor a new person and train them. See, whatever you do with your membership, they're going to do with their membership. Whatever you do with your personally sponsored people, they're going to do with their organization as well. So you need to start taking ownership of your business. You need to start taking ownership of your own results. Some people, bounce around from company to company, and you see this a lot in this industry, and it's actually kind of disheartening in a way because people haven't quite figured this industry out yet. And I'm going to share some insights today into what I think of network marketing and how I think you can become successful. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. But also, I'm going to talk about how you can kind of overcome some of those deficiencies, okay? If you kind of look at the big picture, and the only way to do this, in my eyes, is that you need to remove yourself from the emotional tie that you have to your specific network marketing company, okay? I need you to, and I know, and you're sitting there, and everybody's sitting there on the call or listening to this recording later, saying, my product is the best. I have the best compensation plan, we have the best company management, I have the best product, we're positioned for growth, we're expanding into 40 billion different countries, and everybody loves my product and everybody that touches it, and I'm going to get rich, and I know that. Okay, I know you feel that way about your company or your product or your service that you're marketing. It's natural because we get excited, right? We get excited to join the opportunity. Most people that join network marketing are most excited about their opportunity when they first join. And the reason why is because we get them excited. Okay, when we enroll them, we get them, all fired up to go out and generate income and share this product with the world, et cetera, et cetera. So, but what I want you to do today is I want you to break that emotional tie you have just for now. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want you to break it forever. Okay, just to listen to what I'm going to say today, I need you to break that emotional tie you have saying that you've got the best product, the best company, the best comp plan, the best this, the best that. Great. Okay, I understand that. And it is important to have an emotional tie to your product or service and to be excited about it while you're building your business. So just for today, though, let's just kind of go on the outside and look in. Okay, because often what we do is we're kind of stuck in this industry. We're stuck in our small little environment, our small little place where we are, and we can't quite see the big picture. So what I want you to do is I want you to just imagine you and I, okay, sitting on a boat in northern Minnesota, okay, on a small little lake. And there's lots of lakes in Minnesota, and just north of Minnesota there's Ontario. There's lots of lakes there, but we're sitting on a small little boat, tiny little fishing boat. Okay, I want you to kind of picture it, and it's nice and calm. It's partly cloudy, so that the sun's not bearing down on us too much. It's a nice day. It's beautiful out. The lake is nice and calm. There's not a wave in the whole lake, and we're sitting there and we're fishing. Okay, and this is what we do every day in network marketing. Okay, we're fishing. We're fishing for obviously other people to join, customers. Right? We're trying to find the customers. So we throw out our line, and we've got some bait on there. Okay, and obviously our bait, I guess in this instance, is our system, or maybe that's our fishing rod that we're using, and our bait is the sales tools that we have. So we're fishing out there in northern Minnesota, and we get so wrapped up because we catch a couple fish. We get so excited, right? We get so excited about that. We catch a couple fish. We get a couple customers in our network marketing business. We get a couple of distributors, okay, new people that are excited, and they're big fish. They look big, and we're excited about them, and they're going to go out and they're going to I guess fish with us, right? They're going to come in our boat, and we're excited. We're pulling in all kinds of fish. Now, does that mean that that's the only lake in Minnesota to fish in? Just because we get a couple fish out of it, just because we're fishing in it, we're in that environment, does that mean that that's the only possible place that we can get fish out of? No, of course not. Right? We can go to the lake right beside us. There's lots of lakes in Minnesota. There's lots of land in Minnesota. There's lots of places where we can find network marketers, potential network marketers. And sometimes, if you kind of look at it this way, this is the way that I've been kind of looking at things a little bit lately, is that Minnesota is kind of like our small little environment where all these MLMers are. Okay, all these people that are in network marketing, we're all kind of in this just in Minnesota in the state. That's it. And maybe even just in a lake within the state. That's where we all are gathered. We're gathered on all these forums, and there's a small population of us. But if you kind of look at the big picture, there is an entire United States. Okay? There is also an entire North America, including Canada and Mexico. There's also an entire world, including Australia and the United Kingdom and New Zealand and China and Taiwan. And there's people in all of those countries as well, and all of those states as well. So when we kind of look at a small view sometimes, we kind of think, well, geez, we're going after this population. We're going after these certain types of people. If I could just get that heavy hitter, or if I could just pull a few people at a traffic swarm, or if I could do this, I could be rich. And sometimes we ignore the rest of what's going on around us. So I want you to kind of look at a broad picture, a broad view of the industry, but also look at a broad view of what's going on out there in the world, okay? And don't get so wrapped up about your specific product today. Don't get so wrapped up about your specific opportunity. But look at it kind of a bigger picture in terms of how am I going to make money? I mean, the ultimate goal is that obviously we're on this call today and we're working together and, we're sharing ideas about how we can generate income, how we can actually make money with our business to be able to create a better lifestyle for ourselves. And, there's all kinds of people out there saying, do this, you get rich, right? Do this, do that, you'll get rich. But what I want you to understand is that you need to do what's right for you to be able to generate customers for your business, because the ultimate thing is that we need customers, right? We need those fish in the boat. And whatever bait you use or whatever lake you fish on, right, you could go fish out, in a lake in Montana, or you could come up to Canada and go fishing. You can look all over the place. So what I'm trying to say today, I guess, or what I'm trying to get to, is don't look at the small picture. Sometimes we think about, this opportunity and this environment that we're in, and we think, well, it's over, or the opportunity's gone, or, I can't make any money in this, or maybe there's only one specific way and the guy at the top gets rich. No. Okay, none of that is true. None of that even makes any sense. Maybe I should go join that brand new spanking website that they just launched, that's in pre-launch, and they've got a new opportunity, and I'm going to go do that. And, we're all going to get rich because they're selling like DVDs, or they're selling some new high-tech special training course, or there's, you know what I mean? It doesn't even make sense. Or they're selling some motivational, seminar thing where I can make $2,000 per sale, and I can go do that. Well, those people are really just capitalizing on all the fishermen that are in Minnesota on that one lake that don't know that anything else exists out there. And they're trying to jump onto the next one. See, what's happening is if we're isolated on our small little area, if we're isolated in our small little environment, sometimes we get to thinking that, we got to get on to the next greatest, best thing in the world so that we can make money quick before anybody else does, and then the opportunity will be lost. But what we need to realize is that there's the rest of the state here, the rest of the United States, there's people all over the place. There's potential customers for your business all over the place. You need to realize and look at the bigger picture that we're not actually an isolated group of individuals. It's just that sometimes we make ourselves this small little isolated group. Have you ever received an email from different internet marketers? Okay, and you guys probably know who I'm talking about, or the types of people, because you're probably on some of their mailing lists too. You go seek out some of the information, and they send you emails. But have you ever, received an email from 2 or 3 different mailing lists that you're getting emails from about the same product or service, or about the new pre-launch special, downline club, or the brand new product launch that's happening, and you got to get in first, and this information is going to rock the world? Have you ever done that? Okay, have you ever got one of those? And part of the reason why is because those fishermen, those internet marketers, are all fishing in the same lake, right? And you and I are the fish in that lake. And the reason why they don't go outside of that lake is because sometimes they don't think that there is anything out there. They don't actually realize that there's the state of Michigan right beside us, that they can go fish in those lakes too. And they can expand out their marketing beyond this small little MLM world. And you and I need to realize that, and that kind of brings me into what I'm talking about. So look at kind of a broader perspective, okay? It's not just about, people going from one company to the other, right? That's been going on for years and years and years, where, one company grows and another company declines because of that growth. Everybody jumps from, the company that's going under to the new company, and then they jump to the next company. And there's always, this group of MLMers that are going from company to company to company. See, what I'm trying to get across today is you need to find your home. You need to find your home with a company where you can sell a product or service that you're comfortable with, that's consumable, that customers will buy month after month, and that aren't just in that one lake, that aren't just in that one little tiny environment. Look at the big picture in terms of, again, what you want to create. What is it? What is your ultimate goal that you want to achieve here? See, I think your ultimate goal and my ultimate goal is probably pretty similar, which is create income and create it so that it's coming in on a residual basis, right? Coming in on a regular monthly basis where, my activity, if I choose to do activity, will increase my income. It won't just sustain it. The income should be sustained by itself, and if I do a lot more activity, it should increase. Okay? And I think that's what kind of we're trying to accomplish here by being in the network marketing industry. If you didn't want that, if you just wanted to go make money, okay, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys this morning, if you just want to go make $4,000 or $5,000 a month, get into direct sales. Just go be a salesman somewhere, and you can make that money. But if you want to have a lifestyle where you're creating that income coming in month after month, whether you work or not, network marketing is perfect because we can set up all these little franchises, right? We can set up all these other little, network marketing business owners where we can receive a small override percentage for training them. Okay? You don't receive that monthly residual income for enrolling them. Some of you guys think that. Some network marketers believe that. Some internet marketers believe that you receive that 7% or that 10% or that 20% or that 5% or that 2%, whatever your percentage is in your company. Some people believe that you receive that percentage every month on a monthly basis for the rest of your life because you found that person. Incorrect. It's not because you found that person. It's because you train them and you help them and you continue to support them month after month. It has nothing to do with you finding them. It has nothing to do with you hitting the lottery. Okay? It has everything to do with you helping that individual go out and create a successful business. I want you to think about that. If I sold you a franchise today, if I sold you a McDonald's franchise for $1 million plus, or whatever they're going for today, I receive my royalties from your franchise, okay, because I'm the franchise owner, and you're the franchisee. I receive my royalties monthly based on what? Is it just because I found you and I sold you that franchise? No. I receive an initial bonus or an initial commission from selling you that franchise when you first buy it. But if you're not successful and that franchise closes down, I don't get my royalties anymore. Okay? The same in network marketing. If you find somebody, yeah, you get a bonus. Often you'll get a $50 or $100 bonus from that initial sign-up, from that initial sale, from setting up that new franchise owner in network marketing. But if you don't support them and help them and give them a plan and mentor them and offer them the opportunity to be able to go out and make money, you're not going to get your royalties. You're not going to get anything. The best ways to get royalties in network marketing, to be able to get that residual income, is to train that new person to do the same thing you did to be able to find more customers. Now, I want you guys to think about this for a minute. In network marketing, often we're fishing in this one little tiny lake in northern Minnesota, and we think that it's all just about recruiting and recruiting and recruiting to recruit, and we're just the customers. But sometimes we forget, and sometimes, I don't talk about this a lot. I talk about this more in our primary business, okay, which many of you guys aren't on those calls. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it today too. You need to have people who are just customers in your network marketing business. Okay? You can't just rely on recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters to recruit recruiters forever. Okay? You want to recruit a recruiter so that they go recruit a bunch of customers. And they can recruit some recruiters too. Okay? But you need a lot of customers in your business. You need people that are just buying your product or service because they love the product or service. Now, some of you guys are sitting back thinking, and again, I told you today, I need you to be unemotionally attached to your product or service or your company. Some of you guys are sitting there thinking today, well, nobody would actually buy my product or my service as just a customer. Okay, now I want you to be honest. If you have a product or service or a company that is strictly based on the compensation plan of somebody else making money when you sell that product or service, if it doesn't actually have the value in the marketplace to be able to charge the price you're charging for your product, you're going to have a tough time in network marketing. You're going to have a tough time in this industry. Now, I'm not saying you won't have short-term success. You might have short-term success, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You're going to have a tough time building a long-term business, though, building a residual, building those royalties if you don't have a product or service that is actually a product that people want to consume and that will consume on a regular basis. Okay? Unemotional. I need you to not fight me on this today. Okay? I need you to just listen and understand and evaluate what you're doing. Remember, if you have a product or service that is sold strictly on the fact that other people can make money, and you're just recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters to recruit recruiters to just get more recruiters, to just get more distributors, to get more distributors, to get more distributors, but you guys all buy the product, but you're all just distributors. There's no actual customer that just purchases just the product and doesn't distribute. Your business will eventually fall apart. It's not stable. Okay? You're just fishing just in northern Minnesota in that one small little lake. And eventually somebody else is going to enter that lake with a better lure. Okay? Somebody else is going to come in that lake with a better lure, and they're going to steal all your fish. But if you're fishing in multiple lakes, in multiple states, in multiple countries, okay, and I'm not saying your opportunity has to be in different countries. I'm not saying your business has to be in different states. I'm just saying that you need multiple different customers, multiple different people, different types of people in your business. You need to have customers that are just buying the product because they love the product or service. And if you don't have that, like I said, that's okay if you just want to play around with that company for the next 6 months or for the next 12 months. But eventually your business will fall apart. Eventually it will not create that residual income that you were trying to earn. If you're just trying to make a quick buck, go ahead, sell it. Right? But again, like I said, you may as well be in direct sales. You may as well just be a salesman or a saleswoman selling a product or service one time, if that's the way you're going to build your business. Okay? So when we build our business, we need to do 2 activities. Okay? And you need to be able to get distributors, and you need to be able to get customers in your personal business. We don't teach a lot of getting customers. We don't go through that a lot because you know what? It's, in my eyes, it's not something that, I want to focus on teaching. It's not something that I want to focus on explaining to people. You should be learning that from your distributors or your upline or your company, how to share the products or services with your friends, with your family, with potential retail buyers, with people in the community. Okay? That should be taught from the leadership in your organization. If it's not, you got to figure it out. Start sharing your product. And if your product isn't something people would actually buy, like I said, you got to give yourself, take yourself out, look, from the outside in, and have a hard look at what you're doing to be able to create income. And if it doesn't make sense to you, there's nothing wrong with switching it. However, just remember, remember this very, very harshly. Don't just jump to the next deal because it looks more, shiny or flashy. Don't just start jumping from deal to deal trying to find the secret pill or the magic weapon or, the super comp plan. You need to seriously evaluate your product or service or company based on, like I said, understanding that you got to go get some customers. So as we build our business, we need to find distributors and customers. Like I said, we don't talk about customers a lot because you came here specifically for me to teach you how to build a business on the internet and how to find distributors. And that's what our focus of our training is. That's not to say, however, that you can ignore getting customers in your business. Okay, so let's say you go out there today and you go get 10 customers and you go get 2 distributors. Is that a good ratio? Yes, that's a good ratio, 10 to 1, 10 to 2. Right? You need to go constantly be getting customers as well, and you can create systems. You can create systems on the internet to be able to attract customers to your product or service as long as it's something that the population in the world would want. You can go create a website. You can go create an ad, throw an ad in a local newspaper talking about the product, have people call you, do presentations. And I know some of you guys are sitting there going, I don't want to do that. I just want to get rich on the internet. I'll tell you what, network marketing is not just about getting rich on the internet. Network marketing is about sharing products and services with other individuals. Okay, how do we make money? Think about that. How do we make money in network marketing? Well, our product is consumed on a monthly basis by a consumer, by a customer. Sometimes those customers also decide to be distributors, and they go out and find other customers. Some of those decide to be distributors as well. Okay? Our business is not built on us just finding a distributor and nobody buying products. Nobody buying products or services. It's not about that. You cannot create a residual income based on that. So we need to go get some customers. And if you don't know how to do that, you should maybe practice. Try. Throw some stabs out there. Share the products with people. Talk about the products and services. Right? Throw some business cards out at your local chamber of commerce. Right? Whatever it is. There's all kinds of ideas. You can put a decal on your car. You can wear a button around. Right? Talk to your upline, though. Talk to your sponsors in your primary business about, different strategies. And, I'm not sharing all the good ones with you today. Okay? But there are lots of good ways to be able to get customers. Right? You need to be able to acquire customers. And then you're able to show your distributors how to get customers too. If you just focus just on getting distributors to get distributors to get distributors to get distributors, what happens when the next shiny deal comes around? Somebody gets recruited out of there and all those distributors leave because they're all just trying to make money. If they're not making money, they're all going to take off. You want to build a solid organization, you need to have a fine mix of customers and distributors, because if a couple distributors leave, no problem. They might have left 50 customers behind. Right? They might have left 50 people behind that just love those products that you're selling, those services that you've got, that you offer. And they're going to continue to buy whether that person decides to go make money somewhere else or not. Right? Think about this. If I get a McDonald's franchise and the franchise owner decides to leave, I just replace them with a new franchise owner. All those customers keep coming back buying those burgers because they like the fast food. Right? They like that product or service. Same thing in network marketing. You need to offer products and services to customers, consumable products that people will buy, services that they'll buy month after month. So don't ignore the customers. Don't ignore all the other states out there. Don't ignore all the other ways to build your business. Don't ignore acquiring customers for your business. Don't ignore everything else that's out there. Don't ignore all the other opportunities for you to be able to share your product and service with other people. Right? Handing out business cards, meeting people, telling people product stories, or telling people, the stories about your service that you offer. Whatever it is that you do. Don't ignore that. You need to become, if you're not already, you need to become a huge advertising billboard for your company, for your product or service. The most successful people in network marketing don't have a problem telling anybody about it. And if you have a problem telling people about your company or your product or service, I'll tell you what, you're probably in the wrong company for you. Your company that you're in, if you can't share that with people, if you can't tell people and be proud that you're in that company or that you're offering those products or services, you're probably in the wrong place for you. See, I'll tell you what, like I said, get rid of that emotional attachment thinking that you're going to get rich in that company. See, you're going to get rich because of you, not because of that company. You're going to make it or break it. You're going to be able to create income. You're going to get that residual. You're going to gain customers. You're going to gain distributors based on you, not based on your company, not based on your comp plan, not based on the opportunity that's provided. Okay, that's not why you are going to become successful. Very important concept. You will become successful for one reason only, because of you. Okay, and you need to learn that. All right. Now, if you suck at network marketing, okay, and you're saying, well, geez, Joel, I suck at network marketing. Now I'm really depressed because you said that I'm only going to get rich, or I'm only going to make it in network marketing because of me, and I suck. I'm no good at this stuff. I thought I was going to maybe make it because of this brand new super juice that we're selling, or this brand new vitamin, or this brand new super comp plan attached to some motivational CD. And we're selling it for $500. So I just thought we could get rich doing that. No, has nothing to do with that. And there's two ways that you can improve you. There's two ways that you can get over the fact that you suck, or that you're no good, or that you've never had success. One is to improve. One is to learn. One is to educate yourself. Right? One is to get better, to gain more skill at this industry. And who can do that? Well, everybody can. You can. I can. Everybody can get better at this industry. Everybody can improve their skill at network marketing. Everybody can improve their skill at communicating with other individuals. Everybody can improve their skill at internet marketing. Everybody can improve their skill at advertising. Everybody can improve their skill at getting their product out there to the masses. So number one is you can improve your skill. If you suck, if you're no good, if you figure that you failed at everything before, it's not necessarily the company that you're in. It's not necessarily the product that you're offering, because I'll tell you what, I know people in this industry that have failed at Amway miserably, but I also know people who have made thousands, millions of dollars selling Amway products. I know people that have failed at Melaleuca. I know people that have succeeded at Melaleuca, right? And I'm not picking on any specific company. I just picked, a few of the more recognizable ones, I guess, that are out there. Okay, and I mean, I could go on USANA and Manitech and all the different companies. Okay, and I'm not necessarily saying one company is better. And geez, Joel said my company on the call, so it must be great. Or he didn't say mine and he was wrong, and I think mine should have been mentioned. No, that's not the point. Right? The point is that people fail or succeed not based on the company, not based on the product, not based on the service, not based on the comp plan. People fail or succeed in network marketing because of themselves, because of you. That's why you're going to make it or break it. That's why you're going to make money or you're going to lose money. That's why either you're going to make a ton of money or you're going to quit. It's only because of you. So number one, you need to learn. If you educate yourself and learn and develop your skill at this industry, you can't fail. It's almost impossible. If you're constantly learning and getting better, eventually you'll get to a point where you're so good, you can't fail. Right? And again, I just want to reemphasize, the only way for you to really fail at network marketing is for you to quit. The only way for you to really fail, see, the rest of the time you're just learning still. You're just in training. Right? Think about this. Nobody fails at training. You just quit at training. You just quit your training. Any of you guys are familiar with Star Wars, right? They have to train to become Jedi. They got to train to become, in our industry, it's kind of like a MLM Jedi, right? You're training to be that superstar. Well, if you quit your training, you're going to have a tough time being a Jedi. You're going to have a tough time being an MLM superstar if you quit your training. So you're just in training right now. I want you to look at it that way, right? Think outside the box a little bit. Think outside the fact that you just need to make $1 million today. Don't concentrate on that. Think about the fact that you're in training. Now, if you quit your training, chances are you're not going to make it. But if you continue to train yourself and develop your skills and get better, it's almost impossible for you to not make it. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's almost impossible. If you continue to improve and get better all the time, eventually you'll be one of the best. It doesn't matter what kind of skill you bring into this industry. It only matters what kind of skill you learn while you're going. While you're training, you're learning, right? And you're developing your skills. And if you just sit there and you never learn anything and you never develop skills and you just jump from opportunity to opportunity, of course you're going to quit everything. Of course you're going to fail everything because you didn't learn anything along the way. You just joined 14 different deals and spent $1,400 or $2,000 or $5,000. You can't buy your way into education. You can't buy the education or the skill or the experience. You need to experience it. You need to do it. Here's the other way that you can improve or can ensure that you're successful. Okay, so number one is learning, education. Number two is the activity. If you suck at network marketing, you just have to do more activity than anybody else. Okay? If you just can't grasp, if you just can't get the opportunity to be able to get more skill, if you just can't improve, no matter how much you train yourself, you just suck at talking to people, and you're awful at advertising. I'll tell you what, even if you suck at talking to people, eventually you'll talk to the right person. And it doesn't matter what you say to the right person, because they'll just see the opportunity for themselves. They're not joining necessarily because of you. They're going to join because of the opportunity and because they're excited about it and the product and service looks good. Okay, that's if you suck. I mean, obviously people join network marketing every day because of the individual they're joining with, because they feel they can learn with somebody, right? But if you're no good, if you don't have any skill and you just can't seem to get better, eventually you'll talk to enough people where somebody will overlook the fact that you don't have any skill. They'll just join anyway. I'm in. What do I do? Show me what to do. So if you're no good at this industry and you're feeling down on yourself and you're negative and it's not working for me, you just need to do more activity. You need to gain more skill, educate yourself, and do more activity than anybody else. See, I'll tell you what. I can guarantee you the people at the top of our leaderboard just did more activity than anybody else. Right? And along the way, doing that activity, they gained some skill. While they practiced that activity, while they did it more than anybody else, they gained some skill. While they advertised more on Google AdWords, advertised more in some of the other pay-per-clicks, advertised more doing solo e-zine ads. The more they advertise, the more they get better because they practice and they learn what works and what doesn't work. And they come up with some new ideas and they develop their skill through activity. So if you're failing constantly over and over in network marketing, it's not because of the company. It's not because of the opportunity, because somebody in that company is probably making a ton of money. Somebody in that company is probably having success. It's because of you. And the only way to change you is to educate and learn and practice, right? Do more activity, gain more skill. Educate yourself, right? And that's what it's all about. It's about getting better and teaching you how to have success on the internet, how to have success in network marketing, and how to open your mind and your brain up a little bit. Challenge yourself. I want you to challenge yourself to learn something new every week. Challenge yourself to develop your skill at communicating. You want to be super successful in network marketing? Pick up the phone and start calling some people. Now, I'm not saying that cold calling people all day long is necessarily a productive way of doing business. And that's not necessarily a productive way, but I'll tell you what, you sure will get better at communicating with people because you're getting lots of practice. You're getting a lot of practice, especially talking to jerks, right? Especially talking to people who don't necessarily want to talk to you. And the more you talk to those people, the easier it will be for you to communicate with people who do want to talk to you. Because you're so relaxed. You don't mind the no's. You don't mind the hang-ups. You don't mind people swearing at you. You just that just brushes off you after a while. And that's a skill. That's a skill that you can gain. Now again, I'm not saying to pick up the phone and start cold calling all your leads all day. But I'll tell you what, it's a skill that's pretty good to have. It's a skill that, is pretty good to have when somebody calls you and they're upset. Or you call them and they're not really in the best of mood. You could just shake that off. Now, I'm not saying you're going to enroll them necessarily because that's the wrong person. You don't want to enroll the wrong people. But what it'll do is it won't slow you down. It won't hurt your feelings anymore. It won't hurt your opportunity to be able to continue to build your business. It won't make you second guess what you're doing if you have that. So if you suck, if you're no good, if you feel that you've failed at everything before, you need to educate yourself and develop some more skills, and you need to do more activity. That's it. And along the way, you're going to learn some skills. Along the way, you're going to learn how to communicate with people. You're going to learn different ways of advertising that work and different ways that don't work. And you're going to be able to continue to use these skills throughout your life, even if you want to use other advertising mediums. Even if you want to use Google AdWords to send people directly to your website, if that's what you choose to do. You've now gained that skill. And hopefully we've been a part of teaching you that. And hopefully you'll give back to the industry, give back to the membership what you've taken out of it. You're currently borrowing some of my knowledge, some of my skills, some of the skills and the knowledge of the leaders. You're currently borrowing a bunch of stuff that we already know. You're currently borrowing and improving your skill based on what we're teaching. And I'm not even going to bill you for it. Okay? You're getting it for free. You're learning all the different things in the Success Guide for free. You're learning all the different things on the training calls for free. Okay? But here's what I ask you to do. You need to give back to our industry. Whatever it is that you learn and you get really good at, and when you develop your skills, I need you to give back. I need you to do a training call. You don't necessarily have to do a training call for members. You don't necessarily have to do a training call open to the public or open to any MLMers like I do. But you do need to do a training call for your membership. You need to teach your people what you've learned. See, one of the worst things that I see happening in this industry is that people sign up a lot of people and they don't train them, they don't teach them anything. They don't help and pass on and pay forward to that next group. They just don't pay it forward to them, right? They learned from me. They took all my skills and my knowledge and my education that I taught them, and they said, this is awesome, and they went out and they built a huge downline, and they got lots of members, but they didn't teach any of them. And that kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, if I'm going to teach you guys a skill, why don't you go ahead and teach it to somebody else? You're going to make more money, right? I know that by me teaching other people and helping you, I know eventually it'll come back to me. May not come back to me today, may not come back in 5 years, but maybe 7 years from today, something I taught you, maybe that'll come back and benefit me too, right? And you need to start doing the same thing. You need to start offering your training, your skill and expertise that you've learned. You need to teach that to your members. Even if you don't think you're a leader yet, even if you don't think you know stuff, you know more than the new person coming in. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that you know more than the new person starting today. You need to teach them what you know. You need to, even introduce them to the resources that have got you to where you are, right? Even if you don't know how to teach them, even if you don't want to, give them your training or skill, at least introduce them to a mentor. At least introduce them to the tools and the resources that you've used. Introduce them to me. I'll teach them. I'll train them for you until you're ready to step up and be a leader and show them what you've learned and show them how to be successful in this industry. Okay? And I really, if you kind of take this little talk to heart today, and if you kind of, understand that as we build our business, it's more about helping other people. It's more about developing your skill than it is about just getting rich or making money or getting sales. Okay? Develop your skills and help other people develop their skills. The people business, right? It's all about relationships. It's all about building up skills together and building a community of individuals that are going to work together to go get some customers, to go get some business, to wave the flag and say, come and check out my products and services. They're great and they're going to help you in your life. The only reason why another individual out there, a consumer, is going to buy your product or service is because it's going to be of a benefit to them. And we need to share those benefits with everybody. Okay? So as we kind of leave today, I want you to think about where you're fishing. Are you just fishing in a small little lake? Are you just fishing in a small little environment and you're not thinking that anything else exists? Or are you going to start expanding your mind a little bit more? Are you going to start learning a little bit more? You're going to start educating yourself a little bit more to understand that, geez, this little bait that I'm using, I got to go get some more fish over in the other lake. I got to go to the other state and, get a few customers here and there. I got to share my product and service with some retail customers too, some people who are just going to buy it just for that. And I'm going to offer different opportunities. And I haven't gotten into detail hugely how to do some of these other things. We may on a future call. I just want you to be aware that there's a whole world out there. That there's all kinds of, places where you can get customers, places where you can get distributors, as long as you share your product or your service or your opportunity, okay? As long as you're continuing to share it. I'm going to let you guys go for today. Have a great weekend, everyone. Continue to share your business. Continue to share your links. Continue to advertise like crazy. And remember that the person that advertises the most and gets the most customers is going to win. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye for now.